I'm writing this because I've noticed a quiet tragedy unfolding in our lives. We've become a generation of wandering ghosts. Have you ever sat down and do something that truly mattered? To write, to plan, to study, or simply to think, only to find yourself 20 minutes later staring at a screen, unaware of how you even got there. Your thumb is scrawling, your eyes are glazed, and the thing that was important to you has been pushed aside for a piece of digital noise that you won't even remember tomorrow. You aren't lazy, you aren't undisciplined, and you certainly aren't a failure. You're simply a soldier fighting a war for your attention that you were never trained to win. On our journey here at Lifelong Learners, we seek guidelines for modern challenges. And perhaps the greatest challenge of our century is the preservation of the human mind. We live in an economy that literally profits from our distraction. Every app, every notification, every ping is a masterclass in psychological engineering. Thousands of the world's smartest engineers are paid millions of dollars to do one thing: pull you away from your purpose. But today I want to offer you a different path. I don't want to tell you to try harder. Willpower is a leaky bucket. It drains throughout the day until it's empty. Instead, I want to talk to you about architecture. I want to show you how the world's greatest thinkers didn't fight their distractions. They built fortresses against them. If you feel like your focus is a flickering candle in a hurricane, stay with me. We are going to build a shelter for your mind. Anchor 1. The Odysseus Contract. Let's go back 3,000 years to a man who understood human weakness better than almost anyone. In the ancient world, there was a hero named Odysseus. On his journey home, he had to sail his ship past the sirens creatures, whose song was so beautiful that any man who heard it would lose his mind and steer his ship into the rocks to reach them. Odysseus was a legend, but he was also a realist. He knew he was strong, but he knew that once the music started, his willpower would vanish. He didn't tell himself, "I'll just try to ignore the song." He knew that was a lie. So, he used architecture. He ordered his men to plug their ears with wax so they couldn't hear, and then he had him tie him to the mast of the ship. He gave them strict orders. No matter how much he begged, no matter how much he screamed to be let go, they were to tighten the ropes. He survived not because he was disciplined, but because he was prepared. This is what we now call an Odysseus contract. It is the wisdom to know that your future self, the version of you that is tired, bored, or stressed, will be much weaker than your current self. The mentor's secret is this: stop testing yourself. If you have to choose to be disciplined every 5 minutes, you will eventually fail. When you keep your phone on your desk while you work, you're using decision juice every time you look at it and decide not to pick it up. By the time you actually need that mental energy for your work, the bucket is empty. How do you apply this? You must tie yourself to the mast. If you need to focus, the phone doesn't just go face down. It goes in another room. If you are struggling with a habit, you don't try to stop. You change the room so the habit is physically impossible to perform. We must become the architects of our own behavior. Ask yourself, is your environment designed to help you win? Or is it designed to help the world distract you? Take a breath for a moment. I want you to really think about that. How many times have you blamed your lack of discipline for a failure that was actually a failure of your environment? We carry so much guilt for being distracted, but we are living in a digital storm. The wise mentor understands that we are products of our surroundings. If you sit in a bakery, you will eventually want bread. If you live in a world of constant notifications, you will eventually become fragmented. But once we have secured the environment and tied ourselves to the mast, we must address the most sacred unit of time in a learner's life: the monastic hour. Anchor 2. The monastic hour. There is a concept popularized by Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychiatrist. Jung was one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century, but he didn't find his breakthroughs in a busy office or a crowded city. He built a stone retreat in the woods, the Bollingen Tower. He lived there without electricity or running water. He went there to be alone with his thoughts. Jung understood that the human brain is not a multitasking machine. It is a deep-sea vessel. When you switch your attention from a deep task like writing or solving a problem to a quick text message, you don't just switch back instantly. You leave behind what researchers call attention residue. A part of your brain stays stuck on that text message for up to 20 minutes. If you check your phone every 15 minutes, you are living your entire life in the shallows. You are never reaching the depths where the real gold is buried. You are never reaching that state of flow where time disappears and your best work happens. The guideline is this: schedule the monastic hour. You do not need 8 hours of focus a day. What you need is SI minutes. Why 90? Because that is the natural rhythm of our brains, the ultradian rhythm. 90 minutes of monastic silence. No internet, no people, no music with lyrics. Just you and the problem. In this hour, you aren't just working. You are reclaiming the territory of your soul. You're practicing the art of being human in an age of machines. If you can protect 90 minutes a day, you will outpace almost everyone else. Because the world has forgotten how to be still. Anchor 3, the filter of mortality. As we close this letter, I want to give you the most sobering guideline of all. The Stoics of ancient Rome had a practice called Memento Mori. Remember that you must die? That sounds dark. I know. But for the wise mentor, it is the ultimate tool for focus. Focus, at its core, is not about saying yes to the right things. It is about the courage to say no to 1,000 distractions. When you realize that you have a finite number of mornings left, the pings and the trends and the outrages of the day start to look very small. You realize that your attention is literally your life. Whatever you give your attention to, you are giving your life to. If you spend 4 hours a day on mindless scrolling, you are choosing to spend a massive percentage of your existence on nothingness. You are trading your life for pixels. When you hold your mortality in your mind, focus becomes an act of self-respect. You begin to ask, is this worth a piece of my life? If the answer is no, you move on. You stop being a wandering ghost and you start being a presence in the world. My dear friend, you are a lifelong learner. That means you have a duty to protect the instrument of your learning, your mind. Don't let the world turn your brain into a billboard. Build your mast. Find your tower. Remember your time. I want you to try something today. Don't change your whole life. Just design one Odysseus contract for tomorrow morning. Put one physical barrier between you and your greatest distraction. In the comments, I'd love to hear from you. What is the one thing that always pulls you away from who you want to be? Let's talk about how we can build better architecture together. If this letter helped you find a moment of stillness today, consider subscribing. We have many more guidelines to explore, and I'm honored to have you on this path. I'm Mike, and this has been Lifelong Learners. Keep building the fortress. I'll see you in the next letter.